Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whatever time in the world it is for you. For me, it's the evening, but here we are, Dreamhack, day number 1 out of 3. We're just getting started, but day 1 is wrapping up. This is Group B, the final match of the day. We've been following 4FC through this group, and unfortunately, they've lost 2 matches in a pretty painful fashion. Will they be able to turn it around against AL, who's looked very strong? I mean, based on what I've heard, it sounds like AL should probably be 1-1, but they got, what do you call it, luck, or, you know, just the ball bounced their way, whatever it was. Power went out, game was remade when they were very far behind Quantic. Korak was really farmed up. But AL, in the end, they won the remake, so here they are, 2-0, 4FC on the Dire, and having first pick. Pretty big advantage, and against a team like AL, you'll take every ounce you can get. Wasting no time as AL, they ban out the Lycan now. As I understand it, AL advances no matter what. They also have the tiebreaker over Quantic and Infused because they beat both of those teams. They beat Quantic in Game 1, they beat Infused in Game 2. So, I mean, I believe head-to-head matchup is the tiebreaker, in which case, no matter what, AL is already number 1 in this group. So if they want to have some fun, they could do so. But we'll have to see whether they elect to do that or play a bit more seriously. So far, the bans look pretty serious to me. I would love to see a Pudge. I would love to see a Spirit Breaker or a Bloodseeker. Something unorthodox, or, you know, a Dagon Rush, even if you're going to pick up a carry or a traditionally strong hero. Do something to get us going, because, frankly, it's been a lot of stomps on the stream today. I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll see some more competitive matches. But, I mean, that being said, even when games are stomps, you can still always learn something, and there were times where I thought the underdogs had a shot, especially TTB. They showed a few signs of life. It just wasn't enough, and 4FC in a similar position now. In the end, TTB got that Game 3 win, so they didn't drop down to 0-3. Will 4FC be able to stave off, I don't know if humiliation is too strong a word, but stave off the embarrassment of going 0-3 in their group?
10 seconds remaining.
They were a last-minute replacement for Virtus Pro /
5 seconds
one of the other teams who didn't end up showing up to the event. Enchantress is your third ban. In response to a Chen ban, now AL is very strong with those junglers. So no surprises there to see them both ban out. Broodmother is the final ban. This leaves a Prophet in the pool. What else does it leave? Of course, Panda is available. Morphling is available.
I speak for the trees.
Heck, AL ran a Faceless Void last game against Infused. But no, it's going to be Leshrac to start. Shadow Demon might be the next pick here, or maybe a Sand King. They do love both of those heroes. And it's a very strong 1-2 punch for ganking, for anti-pushing. It's going to be an Earthshaker. More of a defensive pick. Doesn't need as much farm as the Sand King. A Fissure, an underleveled Earthshaker is much more useful than an underleveled underfarmed Sand King. Simply because Fissure is pretty much equally good at all levels. The damage scales up, but the block ability is the same. The stun, actually I forget if it's the same, but I know it's very strong at all levels anyway. So Shadow Demon will be the reply. They deny the 1-2-3 combo for AL. Fissure into Disruption, Fissure, Soul Catcher, and then Leshrac stun plus Edict. That's just a free kill. So that's a smart pickup. Queen of Pain as well. A lot of mobility here for 4FC. Where does AL go from here? Do they go for the Morphling? Would be pretty strong against 4FC's lineup, especially if you go shotgun. Will they go for something exciting like a Pudge? Oh, I would love a Pudge. I would love a Pudge. But I'm not sure we'll get one. BLEEK has been known to play the Pudge, though, and so I am hoping against hope that we may be blessed with a Pudge on the fields of battle today.
Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden.
Dire team ban.
Crystal Maiden is the pick. It's a decent pick against Prophet. You do get that nice AoE from the nuke, and of course the Frostbite to hold that Queen of Pain in place. Pretty solid pickup here. It gives them a lot of offensive firepower. Yes, Earthshaker is a very defensive hero by nature, and he's best in that role, but he is pretty decent offensively. Gives you a long range initiation. You follow up with the Nova, with the Frostbite, with the Split Earth, and that's likely to be a kill. Especially against squishy heroes, and frankly all 4FC is quite squishy. It also leaves their options open, and you're likely to see some supports banned out. at least one or two, or picked up early by 4FC. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Panda is the ban here. One of AL's strongest heroes, but still Sand King is available. You can't ban every team fight hero, and AL really excels in that, coordination, the team fight department. So we will have to see. No hard carry secured yet, but of course Morphling, Anti-Mage, Riki, Faceless Void, all of your favorite carries are available, locked and loaded, ready to go.
Dire team ban.
Axe gets that ban. Oh, that's an interesting ban. I have not seen 4FC run that. I mean, maybe they're just throwing this ban away. They want to leave as many heroes available as possible. I will say this makes me sad because it means no Axe. And if you haven't already checked it out, Luminous actually did a cast of AL versus Zenith for the Pro Dota 2 League. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that AL just got stomped, pub stomped, by Axe on Z and the side, or Zen the side. So it makes sense, I guess, if you're afraid of that hero. They did not respect him at all. They really didn't. They constantly, I think it was an Enigma mid, kept on trying to attack the Axe for some reason with the Eidolons and with the hero. I don't know if he wasn't microing properly or what was going on, but he just kept on triggering spins and just getting murdered. So
Dire team pick.
Enigma, Tidehunter, lots of team fight, but Sand King is available, and I would not be surprised at all to see either of these teams pick him up. Both teams have room for... I mean, for AL it would be a farmer. For 4FC it might be a secondary support. But Sand King can fit into that 3 or 4 position pretty comfortably. Generally, the only place you don't want him is the 5-hole. The 5-hole. Guess that's a little bit of midi-golf there for you. But, I mean, Sand King needs some farm. He doesn't need as much as, say, a Shrek or a Queen of Pain or a Prophet. But he needs something. He needs more than Earthshaker, more than Crystal Maid, more than Shadow Demon. So you don't want to be in that hard support role where he's buying wards all game. Generally, whenever I see Sand King in that position, he fails and the team loses. Or if they win, it's in spite of the Sand King, not because of him. It's not just the farm either. You need to level a Burrow Strike. You really want to get your level 2 ultimate up as quickly as possible. And if you're playing support, if you're roaming, and you're not getting kills, you will fall behind. As I say that... Jakiro? Huh. Well, it's a lot of AoE. It's a tanky support. It's a strong pushing here, especially if you level up the passive. So good at shutting down towers. A is the reply, and there's an anti-pusher. As well as a... AL is very squishy. Not a whole lot of late game, but... Hey, that Shakiro... Or, excuse me, that AA, you pair him up with all of these stuns and slows, Cold Feet is gonna hit. And that means the 4FC could easily be caught out, locked down, and destroyed. This also segues nicely. If they want to go into that Faceless Void again... There's a place for him on this team. They have 3 strong ranged heroes. They have a nice defensive hero in the Earthshaker. And then Ancient Apparition ult, Crystal Maiden ult, the Shrek's AoE damage. Faceless Void ult sets this up perfectly. It also gives you more lockdown for the Queen of Pain, as well as the Prophet. 2 heroes that can be generally pretty mobile between the Teleport as well as the Blink. And
Admiral
Conka! Oh boy. I love the way 4FC is picking. They're going to have a little bit of fun before it's all said and done. And there's your Pudge. That'll be played by BLEEK. And boy, oh boy, we have ourselves a game. So unlike the 3rd game of the last group, we're actually going to have some fun hero picks. That game featured a Pudge, but, I mean, it was up against an Anti-Mage, Shadow Demon Dual Lane, and... Well, TTB really wanted to get a win on the board, but at the expense of the viewers' enjoyment. So I'm glad we're seeing the picks go in a different direction this time around. I'm actually going to go ahead and fix my overlay real quick, which I was trying to do earlier. And then I'll introduce the players, talk about the lanes. So give me just 1 sec. Alright, so, on the Dire side, Bombski on that Jakiro. He has been one of their hard supports all series long. Korvmojin, I think he's changed his name from before. On that Shadow Demon. Carl Phillip Strangby. Yeah, he was just Strangby before. And Alec will be playing that Kunkka. Looks like it will be a Queen of Pain going mid. Is rushing the bottle. And Krilly could be an offlane Prophet. Generally, when you see this early range of protection as well as tangos, it's not going to be jungle, because if you're jungling, you don't really need tangos. So, as far as 4FC's lineup goes, I love the Kunkka Shadow Demon combination because you disrupt a hero, you drop the Soul Catcher, and then you throw a Torrent on top of that. It's a guaranteed Torrent hit. And look at AO's lineup. They don't have any escape mechanisms. As I say
30 seconds to battle.
they are. I'm not sure how they're going to lane this for AO. Oh, but actually, let me introduce them. So Musica, looks like it'll be a farming track for him. He does not purchase any support items. Going for a quick run of Basilius, very important pickup if you want to be pushing early towers. Which, of course, that Leshrac would absolutely love to be doing. BLEEK gonna be playing that Pudge. Looks like he might be farming the safe lane, being supported by Snoopy. Sentry Ward's already picked up. Shatan solo mid is AA. And actually, AA can really dominate this lane versus Queen of Pain. This might surprise you. Queen of Pain does have better rune control, and of course Shadow Strike is great harassment. But what AA has is an incredibly potent nuke, as well as the better attack range, and that is so important in this 1v1 mid matchup. You can see it's 600 range. What is Queen of Pain? 450? Actually 550. It's not the biggest difference, but especially when you factor in the hill advantage, it can make a pretty big difference. Plus, if you Shadow Strike, normally you want to go for some auto attacks, but you can't against AA because he drops Cold Feet. And if you stay there, you take a bunch of damage, and right off the bat, Alex forced to blink back. Shatan wasting no time getting aggressive. Dire opting for a tri-lane, a Kunkka, a twin-headed dragon, as well as a Shadow Demon. He has not gone for Ice Path. He went for Dual Breath at level 1. Even a single point of Dual Breath is quite potent. The slow 30% at all levels. It's pretty effective even with only a single point. On the bottom lane, looks like it's going to be BLEEK up against the Prophet, with Snoopy doing some stacking and then some pulling. Burley's going to get some levels. I believe he pulled the creeps like so.
Double damage.
Actually, it's like that. But normally we see Prophet is. I was not paying attention, but up on the top lane, Disruption to start. Where's the Torrent? Actually, I guess he already used it. Musica taking a lot of damage. No Dual Breath. It was cooling down. He already used it. I'm not sure if they chimed the combo up perfectly there. The Disruption, you don't want to disrupt after Torrent, and it looks like they might have done that because Torrent has a slow as well as a disable built into it, and that allows the slow to sort of tick down, and that's easier to back off. But they're gonna make another go. Just nice Torrent, that one will hit, but this is why I call Earthshaker the strongest defensive hero in Dota, especially at the early levels. Perfect setup on the Leshrac. Just drop a Fissure. Gank's over, guys. Go home. And this is why we see a lot of the, I mean, especially the Chinese teams, they really favor Earthshaker as their defensive support. Even some of the Southeast Asian teams, I feel Earthshaker is underappreciated in the European scene. And I mean, no surprises that AL playing in the Oceanic region would be more inclined to pick them up because, hey, they're more exposed to it. And it's a strong pick. It really is. And eventually, I think Earthshaker is one of these heroes that's going to sort of trend back into favor. And nothing has changed with the hero. He's the same hero. Nothing has changed to the game to make him less effective. He is still a very effective hero. It's just, you know, Dota is a game of trends. It's a game of, you know, mimicry, and ultimately, if one team starts using a hero, other teams will follow. Especially, I mean, for example, you see Navi go for a quick Vanguard Flads on Anti-Mage. Suddenly, that is the flavor of the month build. Everyone's doing it, so we will have to see. But I'm just saying, keep an eye on that Earthshaker. I think he's the best defensive support in Dota. Disruption, speaking of defensive supports, well, oh, Musica, the Icy Path, and down he goes. First Blood being claimed, and a much-needed First Blood, because they have not been pulling here, they have not been pulling here, although they have been stacking that camp. And if you're going to run a tri-lane versus dueling, you got to get kills. Speaking of kills, Krilly in a bit of trouble, but the hook will not be in range. Level 2 hook, pretty small AoE. It looks bigger, it looks big, but Pudge is very slow. He's a very awkward, clumsy hero. Shatan shows a mid again, gonna be trading blows, and again, the Shadow Strike gets dropped by Queen of Pain. And then you blink away, and that is exactly the opposite of what Queen of Pain wants to be doing. That is why AA really wins this matchup. Or at least holds his own, where you otherwise wouldn't expect him to. Generally, a squishy end hero like AA is gonna struggle against Queen of Pain. If this was, say, oh, I don't know, a Nature's Prophet, a Storm Spirit, anything like that, they would just get destroyed. But that Cold Feet, it just works so well to counter up that Shadow Strike. For the moment, not too much action going on. Very even in terms of gold, very even in terms of experience. BLEEK, he's got, I think he's got his Ur now if he wants to go for it. Could be a bottle as well. I mean, it could even be a Ring of Health, but generally you want some mana regen on Pudge. And personally, I think Bottle's the better investment if you're going to be laning for a bit. Because an Urn, yeah, it gives you a lot if you get kills in terms of the HP regen, but it's not going to allow you to hook regularly. And in this kind of situation, you want to be throwing out hooks left and right. Also, Arcane Boot's another option, so we'll have to see what Pudge goes for, but... Well, speaking of that Pudge, he's likely to get another kill very soon. 2 heroes in position. Godot as well as Snoopy, and... Oh, Wages Prophet, he is in a lot of trouble. No angle for the hook! He's not going to need it, though. In fact, it's the twin-headed dragon who might be in trouble. BLEEK, he's fishing, he shoots, he's not going to score! I feel like that was one of those hooks where you just wait too long, you overthink it, you give your opponent a chance to outsmart you. And if you've ever watched Dendi talk about playing Pudge, or you haven't, you should definitely check that out. I think he did it on his own 3D channel. Well, on that other network, I should say. But basically, you can't hesitate with Hook. It's one of those spells, if you hesitate, if you blink, you're going to outthink yourself, your opponents get more of a chance to react. If you just throw them out left and right, no hesitation, that's where you can really excel. Still, they pick up a kill on the Prophet, and I said Prophet would have a decent time. He's up to level 3, but it's not a great level. I mean, Crystal Maiden level 4 already. Even Godot's starting to get the levels. Musica's been left alone up top, and this is not a position Musica is very happy about. With only the Ring of Basilius as well as this ward, he can't leave his tower. He knows it. He's staying back. But that gives Kunkka absolute free farm, and we'll have to see what he goes for. Shatan bottles up a haste, maybe looking to go here on the Shadow Demon. Nope. Not going to go for that one. A has hit level 6, and this is that stage of the game where if you have an Ancient Apparition, you can really punish these squishy supports. The Nature's Prophet. Well, this guy's pretty tanky, but Queen of Pain, the Shadow Demon, these are kill. I mean, one nuke, whether it's a Fissure, a Nova, you drop the Aeoled on top of that, that's a kill. And it's got a very low cooldown. It's only 45 seconds, so you can do this repeatedly. It's not like a one-shot deal, you know, with a Beastmaster Roar, then you wait a minute, or excuse me, 80 seconds for it to cool down. You can drop this spell repeatedly, and it's global. This is why a lot of... solo mid-A was very popular back in the International. Navi in particular loved to run it. Often Dendi would be on that AA mid. It's sort of fallen out of favor, and one of the downsides to AA mid is... Yes, he's a very strong ganker with his ultimate, but he doesn't make the best use of items. You know, compared to, say, like someone like a Windrunner or an Invoker, he's not going to scale as well in the late game. He doesn't make the best use of the levels, although they're nice. Oh, there's the combo on the Musica, and he just melts. Nothing he can do there.
Dire's bottom tower.
But I'll get a tower in exchange, so all is good in Australia, or I should say in Sweden. Ring of Health as well as an Urn, and BLEEK at this point. He is a beast and a half.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Only level 6, so he's a bit behind in terms of
Dire's
levels.
bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, I haven't taken a look at this. I want to see what Jakir's skill build is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And, okay, he's gone for a single point liquid fire. Sometimes you'll see players, if they really want to push hard, they'll actually max that first, because generally you're going to have enough creep clearing ability with your other heroes. What you're lacking is the ability to slow down the tower damage. Oh, Queen of Pain. In a bit of trouble. How far will Shatan chase? Not far enough is the answer. In the end, it's a 2-for-1 trade, and this is the mark of a top team like AO. Oh, you want to push our tier 1 top? That's fine. We'll take 2 towers of yours bottom. So they don't just get a decent trade-off. They get a trade-off dramatically in their favor after giving up a kill. And look at 4FC. They're the team with the Prophet. I mean, sure, you got a Leshrac, but he's been up top. He's not there dropping the Edict on the bottom tower. At least I don't think he was. Oh, as I say that, Twin-Headed Dragon. Great 2 heroes. That's not going to be enough. And out comes the Anguish Scream as he drops to a painful death. No big item pickups yet, but a lot of wards being placed mid. And a lot of this has to do with Pudge. A lot of this has to do with Queen of Pain as well as Nature's Prophet. Heroes, I mean, in the case of the Pudge, you always want to see him coming for the Dire. That's why you see this hill ward. In the case of the Radiant, you want to be able to set up those hooks. I mean, so it's really more about the Pudge than anything else. But when you have Queen of Pain and Prophet, of course, the more vision you have, the more opportunities you have to get kills. And speaking of kills, musica. Wow, does he die fast for that. Cleave. No damage items picked up. It's just a phase boost. And A ult flies in. Not actually going to hit anything. A, they're grouped up mid. They want to go for the push here. Golgraph, it's a slight read. It's a slight read. It's a slight lead for the Radiant, I should say. But not a significant one. Oh, BLEEK the hook, not gonna latch. He was thinking about it though. He wanted to hook him. And again, this is the dendi philosophy. Just keep on throwing out those hooks. Sooner or later, they're gonna hit. It's not about the ones you miss. You don't automatically give up kills every time you miss a hook, but every time you hit one, that is likely to be a bunch of gold going your way.
Double damage.
Oh, speaking of gold going your way, Shatan with the early force step. Nice sprout, and it looks like, oh, the A ult actually did nothing. There's the Kunkka boat. He explodes, and now it's Snoopy. DD up on that Kunkka. Could look to go back in. Oh, the icy path gonna miss. Oh my God, Snoopy! Snoopy! That was not the position you wanted to be in. Wow, what a cleave! And of course, the hook from BLEEK was fantastic too. But man, that cleave! I did expect it. I really did. That's why I was so slow to react. Plus, I'm a little bit tired. But triple kill for BLEEK. I guess that's the real story here. But the cleave, he hits the melee creep, or maybe it was the range creep, kills the CM all the way back here. That is the power of Kunkka. If I was Saint, I would draw some more inappropriate images, but of course, we're going to keep this one family friendly. Maybe even throwing a little bit of a smiley face there. So either way. Oh, that just shows you the potential of this Dire lineup. I mean, especially with Soul Catcher. Once you get the Lothars up, that's a lot of physical damage, and AO very squishy in terms of armor. Earthshaker 3 armor, Pudge 2 armor, Crystal Maiden 2, Leshrack's actually 7 with the random Basilius. He's doing okay. But only 4. If the Leshrack's not there, they are just food. As I am busy writing sonnets and epic poems about the power of this Tidehunter. Or not Tidehunter. That's very offensive to Kunkka to make that mistake. But the Kunkka rather. Hook not going to hit. As I'm busy writing those sonnets anyway. Queen of Pain is busy dying, and how many deaths is that? 0-2 for Alex. Not having a good start at all. Not at all. Snoopy gonna look to do some dewarding here and
Dire's structures are fortified.
regain some control of the map. And again, the vision, when you're running a hero like Pudge, as well as AA, two heroes that rely on precision, rely on having a clear sight, line of sight. Oh, AO gonna miss. Nice juke there by Krilly. I'm not even sure that would have killed him, to be honest. But it would have been close. That one would have been close. Kunkka is very strong. Oh, Shadow Demon, early defensive disruption, but it dodges the hook. Works out beautifully. The Queen of Pain ulti, what did that even hit? I think nothing? I think nothing. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I did not see it on my screen. Oh, will we see a bash? Godot! Godot! He dies to Roshan! Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh, this is a rough day to be a support on AL side. The Earthshaker, the Crystal Maiden, just the damage coming out of right field time after time. A lot of back and forth. It's a lead for the Radiant. It's not a big one, and I have to say the Dire should have this late. None of the Radiant heroes scale outside that Leshrack, and he doesn't scale Maisie well. A BKB up on the Queen of Pain, the Kunkka, or the Prophet will put an end to that Leshrack's ability to outcarry, unless he's very far ahead, which right now he's not. So we're settling into a passive state, and right as I say that, AL, with their fresh Sentry Ward planted, they're going to go for a gank here in mid, and for Alex, will the woes continue? Earthshaker Fissure about to be engaged. Fissure will hit. Are we going to see a frostbite? Yep. See ya. See ya, buddy. That Queen of Pain never had a chance. Now this is where Frostbite, as well as that Earthshaker, just so effective at locking down Queen of Pain. You cannot blink while you're under that Frostbite, and squishy her like Queen of Pain, especially dealing with an A ultimate that's about to hit level 2. The troubles, the woes, they are not likely to slow down. Right as I say, good dewarding by the Radiant. The Dire strike back with some good dewarding of their own. Look how far back music is being zoned out of the lane. This is the power of Kunkka in the laning stage. I didn't really talk about it much. It was all about the big, the comboing of the Disruption, Torrent, Soul Catcher. But ultimately, the Cleave, it's just got such a strong harassment potential. Is that really the range? I feel like it's bigger. Lothar's picked up on Shadow Demon. Oh boy. Good thing these are illusions. Actually, sorry. No, Musica is here. Oh, Musica! Prophet all bouncing through. Just melts. A nice hook by BLEEK. It looks like it'll be a kill for a kill. Actually, it might not be an even trade. Fissure in. BLEEK picks up a double. And BLEEK is getting big. If he's able to farm his way towards a plate mail, or maybe look for a quick blade mail, he can turn that Kunkka's physical damage against him and make it his own worst enemy. Make him his own worst enemy. But we'll have to see where he goes from here. Could be an Aghanim's, could be a Force Staff, could be a Hood. There are so many ways to go. Yeah, guys, I do apologize. It's not really my best casting performance, but I've been up for like 12 hours straight, so I'm glad some of you are enjoying the energy. I feel like I'm not very energetic, but the players have given me a lot to be excited about. Disruption, Fissure on 2, Cold Feet will proc. Oh, the Echo Slam as well. Jakiro will have trouble. In comes the boat, picks off Ancient Apparition. BLEEK gets grounded up, and four friends and Krilly looking like they're gonna get 3 kills. Look at the buybacks. A buys back immediately. Down goes the boat. And ultimate. Krilly will not be enough, but man, that CM ulti, I always get excited when I see it. It's, if nothing else, a bit of shout out to my boy Luminous, who loves himself some CM. He really does. Meanwhile, that top tower being pressured. Well, Core of Majin, Musica, Prophet. They're all maneuvering, they're all feinting here. It's about the mind games. Prophet drops that TP, then he doesn't jump in. Just making sure you know he's there, and look at Godot, it's so close to a Blink Dagger. I suppose that I should look at items. I mentioned the Lothar. Aside from that, really no pickups here for the Dire, and I guess that's why the Radiant are ahead. Are they farming better? They must be. Well, Kunkka has himself a tidy sum of creeps, 95 CS. Oh, big dive. They want the Shadow Demon. Shatan is hasted. He doesn't see him yet. He doesn't see him yet. Oh, looks like this is going to be a huge turnaround. Big dive. Going. Oh, Shadow Demon will go down. Will Ale get away? The Demonic Purge. Keeping a range of the tower. He's taking so much damage. It's not going to be enough. And Wallet's Happy Earthshaker does get picked off. Did he buy the Blink Dagger in time? No. No Blink Dagger purchase. That is a big loss. Not a good trade at all if you ask me. Kunkka gets cold feeded up as well as. Oh, he's going to go down to the Edict. The A-ult flying through. Krilly running away. BLEEK, look how big he is. Almost 2,000 HP. As well as the damage block. He is so tanky. And Krilly with Shrek, meanwhile, picks up 1 kill. They're not done just yet. 1 more kill. It feels like AL always have more heroes at the point of attack. And that is not something you expect to say when you're up against a Prophet as well as a Queen of Pain. I mean, these are two of the most mobile heroes on the map. Plus Kunkka with that Lothars and Phase Boots. He's a pretty mobile hero as well. But in spite of that, AL just having that extra +1 at every stage of the game, and giving the viewers a real treat here. BLEEK is playing. I mean, I've been ranting and raving about other things besides his hooks, but I mean, perhaps not the most spectacular hooks I've ever cast. They're still very impressive. He's been very consistent on this Pudge. Earthshaker's his Blink Dagger now. Ooh, this could be trouble for 4FC. Do they have a mechanism? Do they have a pipe? Do they at least have some bracers? Ooh, I said Two-Headed Dragon is naturally tanky. Oh, the blink in the echo! Alex gonna blink out, and it looks like Godot's overextended. As I said, a Force Staff in Cold Feet. Bombski in a lot of trouble. Kalkin also on the back foot, and down he goes. Really running for his life here. In comes BLEEK. BLEEK wants another delicious meal, and he's going to get it. The disruption, but will it be enough? Oh, the sprout. BLEEK fishing for the hook. Oh, it was too late. He had to make sure the disruption illusions were not blocking. Meanwhile, Snoopy up top, he's in a lot of trouble. And down he goes. Down he goes. Shadow Demon is really the best hero to have up against the Pudge. Even if he hits a hook, even if he drops the ulti, not only can you disrupt the Pudge, you can also disrupt your ally if you need to help keep them alive. And then it's not just about giving the hero a chance to run away, it's also the fact that the Pudge, he's got to make sure the hook doesn't hit the illusion. So that can be very difficult to do, especially with good micro. And then, yeah, you saw the sprout there. That's just one more layer of difficulty for an already intricate operation. Speaking of intricate operations, that one's not intricate. Shadow Demon, great defensive disruption. But this is only delaying the inevitable. He will go down. Soul Catcher or no Soul Catcher, it will not matter. But in comes Prophet. He's out for blood. BLEEK's got the set. Will he actually be able to pick up some kills here? Actually, I saw a dust go off looking for that Kunkka. They're not going to find him. I hear Prophet TP, and he's heading towards top. This is some awful farm on a Prophet. 20 minutes in, a medallion, 48 CS, 1 and 3, and a staff of wizardry. I'm guessing this will be a 4 staff. Could be a necrobook 3. Oh, Prophet all bouncing through the boat, musica. See ya, buddy. See, there's no chance. There's just no chance. That combo is outrageously strong. Oh, look at the cleave from Kunkka, but there's your Earthshaker. 3-hero Fisher. Fight's over, folks. Doesn't matter. As I say that, Crystal Beta runs back in for the feed. Musica runs in for potentially a feed of his own. 4 staff in. They get the Prophet. 2 for 1 so far in favor of 4 Friends Club. They're not done yet. Triple kill for Alex. I did not see any of those kills. God, these fights are chaotic. BLEEK. Literally, and in terms of the game blinks, and then also my eyes, I blinked for a second. I missed the action, and I mean, this is a game of blinks in more ways than one, I have to say. So, after all this back and forth, Kunkka runs in. Okay, if you didn't catch what happened, Kunkka X'd himself. He ran in to hit the creeps, and he figured, okay, the X will send me back, so Pudge, even if he hooks me, I'll be just fine. But what he didn't count on was, I guess BLEEK saw it. Or maybe BLEEK just guessed and guessed right. And he hooked right where the Kunkka got sent back to. Oh, BLEEK, your Pudge, this is some next level Pudge, I have to say. I'm getting more impressed as the game goes along. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a game of Pudge. Crilly in some trouble. Godot, he's on the chase here, and like a good bloodhound, he's going to continue to give vision for his buddy BLEEK. That's the easiest hook of BLEEK's life. Another kill going his way. This Prophet continues to be such a renewable resource here for BLEEK. I don't want to call him an MVP for the Radiant, but man, is he getting picked off a lot. And hey, I will say, you know, heroes like Storm Spirit can be very strong against a Prophet. Luminous and I have certainly talked about that in the past, because Prophet often seen a farming off on his own. Storm can zip in and pick him off, especially if he's got some decent items up. Pudge is very similar. If Prophet's off on his own, you smoke up, you wander over there, you throw out the hook, and that Prophet is fresh meat. BLEEK, 13 stacks of flesh heap, up to 23 flesh strength. Look at his strength already, 2,500 HP, a BKB, and this is a big concern. I believe the Kunkka ult should go through that with the stun. So they have that, but that's not a reliable stun. The only really reliable way to deal with this BKB is the Demonic Purge, but even then, it's not doing damage. It's just to try and run the hell away from this Pudge kind of situation. Ward Wars, potentially ongoing here. This is one of Twin-Headed Dragon's weaknesses. A-ult is gonna hit! Oh, he melts. He melts so fast. And the blink of an eye, he's gone, and the chase goes the other way, which I'm not sure they're really getting range here. He was going for some WoW Dota plays, in the end he gets nothing, but I mean, that is one of the downsides of Twin Head Dragon. It's so hard to land that Icy Path by himself. That's why you normally need a setup stun. I think you guys are seeing the effects of no sleep right now. These long pauses. I mean, I pause here or there when I'm solo casting, but a bit uncharacteristic. As long as there's action, I can scream it out. But in terms of analysis, I don't really know what to say about this game. It's not something we see often. Well, I know what to say about this by Alex. That is a very dangerous situation for him. He will live barely. AO, not gonna hit. That was pretty close as well. Yeah, you guys, I'm with you. This Pudge, he is one chubby little dude. He's got extra layers of fat protecting the inner layers of fat. And that's not a good situation if you're trying to slice him up. Has Coca progressed in terms of items is the question. Well, not really. He's going for a Battle Fury. Oh, hook it onto Jakiro. BLEEK is, I mean, he's just not missing on these folks. I don't even know what you do. The boat not gonna hit. BLEEK is too tanky. Huge Echo Slam. And that's gonna be at least 3 kills. BLEEK wants 4. He goes for, oh! How did that hook miss? That was really close. Krilly 4 staff away. He's finally secured that. I love BLEEK's playstyle. I mean, he had the easy 3rd kill there. Could have thrown the hook in just to secure it a bit faster, but he's like, no, man. F that. I won 4. Went for the quad. Just narrowly missed it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Radiant continue to secure a bit more of a gold and experience lead for themselves. Oh, the Rune Wars continue, but BLEEK, and despite his troll hook on the shatan, will not be enough. Queen of Pain working towards that Aghanim's, but an Aghanim's this late, I mean, what does that really do for you? He can't kill BLEEK with that. He's got a BKB. He's got 2600 health. He's got a maxed out flush cheat for that additional 16% magic resistance. Dust gets popped randomly fishing for the Conqueror, maybe just trying to free up an inventory slot. Probably the latter. And I said AO didn't have much late game, but they're so far ahead. And this Pudge is just so damn big that it might be enough. Not a whole lot to talk about right now. I mean, both teams just continue to farm up. If it goes ultra late, I will say eventually I think 4 Friends Club can take it. Simply because they have heroes that can scale better with auto attack damage. Yeah, in theory, Pudge can have 5 million flesh strength and a billion HP and be absolutely invincible. Oh, Musica gets Demonic Purge. Soul Catcher already applied. Queen of Pain has the ult in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Oh, Musica might live. Not gonna live, and now Snoopy in a bit of trouble. Where's BLEEK? There's BLEEK! 1 hook. He's not done just yet. He's gonna go fishing for some more. 2 pickoffs secured. Prophet has buyback. Queen of Pain is no buyback, and that is, I think at this point, Queen of Pain brings you a lot more in these fights than a Prophet with a 4-step. No Aghanims, no Sheepstick, no Necrobolt, no big team fight items to work with. Another hook by a man who just does not miss. BLEEK, your clear MVP for AL if they take this game. Just a tour de force. A tour de force. That is really the only way to describe it. And once a Pudge gets hot, a good Pudge player, it's not a situation you want to be in. Now, if a Pudge is cold, you can juke the crap out of him. I mean, even Dendi has off games. Even the best Pudge players in the world, whoever you think they are, whether it's Sawamon, BLEEK, Dendi, I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of very worthy, deserving names, but Pudge is a very momentum-based hero, and not just in terms of like his actual position in the game, but you know, so psychologically he's very momentum-based. Oh, another hook on the Twin Head Dragon. He will go down. 4 staff away from Godot, who actually got a kill on Shout. Even big Queen of Pain ult cleans up that Earthshaker. Still, two. It feels like 4FC always behind by one hero, and meanwhile, Leshrac not even participating in these fights, just far. Oh, BLEEK with that gem. Completely negating. I mean, this is where Kunkka struggles, because he has to run relatively close to make sure his splash damage hits the maximum number of heroes, but in doing so, he exposes himself to the gem, to the dismember, the force staff, and actually the lifesteal of the ancient apparition. Very unorthodox selection there. I think that's putting it mildly. Uh-oh. How many heroes will this Leshrac kill? None. But meanwhile, mid-racks have been breached. BLEEK gonna be right-clicking away. He's... Oh, even when he misses, he looks good missing. I feel like even when, you know, even when BLEEK is not actually delivering, he still makes it look good. Looks like he will pick up Bombski here. Hook is available. Hook is thrown. Kill is secured, but the demonic purge, and this is not a situation BLEEK could excel. Unless he TP's out. No, there's your disruption. Down he will go. It will be 4 kills. And the monster kill is over, but actually, as soon as I looked, my shadow team actually died there. Oh, man. BLEEK, you are the gift that keeps on giving. Still, it was a nice fight for 4FC, but buybacks were forced. Gold, experience difference. They continue to grow, and more importantly, where are the items? Kunkka, still no Battle Fury. He's had the Lothars for like 20 minutes, 18 minutes now? Something like that. Queen of Pain, just an Aghanim. I mean, I can't see this Pudge's health, but I want to say it's like 2,800, maybe 3,000. Yeah, shout out to Atri, the best Pudge in the universe. I like how the chat is starting to devolve into people kind of whiny about Pudge and, oh, he's such BS and he's so invincible. Come on, man. If you can hit hooks like this, you deserve to be that tanky. I think it's only fair. Earthshaker, one of the more farmed heroes on his team. Force Staff as well as BLEEK picked up. They're going to go for this profit. And the buyback, oh, it's ready. Okay, so not the biggest deal if he dies, although he's looking to be in a wee bit of trouble. Curly juking back and forth. Force Staff in. I heard the Force Staff, but nice defensive sprout. Split Earth not going to hit. Where's the Fissure? Fissure not going to hit. He didn't TP out. BLEEK in Enchant Totem. This might be a bad fight, though. They're kind of caught no man's land. Defensive disruption. That's going to lock the A ult in place. Crystal Maiden ult gets dropped. What a mistake there by the Shadow Demon. I mean, hey, it's late. He's tired, but that was a blunder they simply cannot afford. Nature's Prophet also bites the dust. They do a buyback in one, but not in the other. And this might be the opportunity, the opening that AL needs to go high ground finally at last. It's a huge lead, but their team, I mean, it's just not the best team to go high ground. They need so many pickoffs to make it happen. 3,300 HP on the Pudge, only 7 armor, but they don't have any physical damage aside from that Kunkka, who is still very much true. Looks like Alex gonna get caught out here. Oh, the Force Staff away on the Earthshaker, so he misses the Enchant Totem. That keeps Alex alive. Godot will go down to that right-click tower. AO gonna fly. Nice defensive disruption. Cold Feet will latch. No, it won't. He dodges that, but the AO hit. I did not know that went through disruption. Apparently it does. TP out. Buybacks everywhere. Buyback City, in fact. Force Staff in. Jesus, everyone's fine there. Shatan sprouted up. Looks like he'll go down, but not before Krilly does. And in fact, I wish... Have you guys ever seen that GG button in StarCraft? I think like DJ Wheat had it in his mini DJ Wheat streams. Like the little GG button, the red thing. I want to have one of those, except when you hit it, it plays the buyback noise. And I just want to mash it over and over in these team fights. Hook in. Anyway, Kunkka eats the dismember. He'll go down. Aegis is available. Everyone on AL is so low. One good crit could spell absolute doom. That crit only hitting one hero. Not the best. Flood. Uh-oh. Dreamhack having a flood? Disconnection from the admin. I don't know if he's on site or if he's doing this remotely. Another! The hook getting blocked by Musica. They're not done just yet. If they get this kill, the buybacks will be gone. The Kunkka ult, one last hurrah, it hits! But does he have the damage to bring down? I say they're all done! How do they keep a buyback I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Makunka, I think, ultra kill on BLEEK. Call it a rampage. Looks like he's gonna secure it. That's a rampage. What's more than a rampage? He's about to find out. BKB is popped. Ultra rampage, mega rampage, double rampage. Whatever it is, BLEEK's got it. 21-7. He's got the mojo tonight, folks. I feel like BLEEK could have his eyes closed and hit half of these hooks. I really do. I mean, he's just playing so fantastically well today. And I mean, hey, they're playing with, you know, they have nothing to lose at this point. They're playing with house money. Of course, they know they're advancing. They know they have that #1 seed locked up no matter what because they beat Quantic and Infuse, and it's only Quantic and Infuse who have a chance at that second, at getting a 2-1 record, tying up with AL, and then AL have the tiebreaker. Another one! Oh, and okay, down you go. I feel like I can't even get excited anymore. These hooks are just their routine. They really are. Blink away from Alex, and it's been a ferocious defense from 4FC, I have to say, but it's looking like it won't be enough. Edict onto the melee racks. This will be 2 sets of racks. I think the crushing weight of BLEEK having almost 4k HP, 4,400 gold in the bank, just throwing out hooks at heroes that aren't even there, hooking shadows because he can. He can almost buy a heart, and he'd have just about 5k HP. How many flesh drain stacks does he have? 50 flesh drain stacks, 20, or no, it's not stacks, 50 additional straight, 28 stacks. That is some outrageous stuff. What more can you say about this AL team? I mean, I don't think we'll be seeing this in the quarterfinals, I have to say. I didn't see their first 2 matches, but I'd be very surprised to see them pick up a hero like Pudge against some of the stronger teams. But if nothing else, they've shown that they know how to let loose, have a good time here. And similarly for 4FC, have really given it their all. What up? There are no words. There are no words for BLEEK. He's too good. This guy is too good. Bad Pudge versus this man. If I was sing every single profanity of racist, sexist, misogynist, offensive slur in the book would be flying out of my mouth right now. But instead, all I could say is BLEEK, too damn good on that Pudge. Finally, at last, it looks like we will have our final game of the day concluded. AO will be the second team to go 3-0. Match up with Mouse Sports in that regard. Shatan with the eye and Skady and the Chrysalis. I haven't even looked at him. I mean, this has been the BLEEK show all the way, but look how big Shatan is. That's a lot of right-click damage. In comes BLEEK. He's looking for the hook. He's looking for the hook. The body blocking, the juking. No BKB pop. No BKB pop. Kaka. Oh, it looks like this might be a big turnaround. But look at BLEEK. So tanky. He's just going to TP out. No X. I think he'd use BKB. Oh, use BKB. So. Ancient dropping low. Are they actually going to try and stop this from going down? I don't see the point, really. But they're going to drag this one out a bit longer. Musica goes in. Still no BKB. But nonetheless, one down. Flop drop. Musica will melt, but who's going to melt fastest? Not quite ready to 4v1. The creeps pile in, the item purchases continue. Godot, he wants to end this game in style as BLEEK and the Echo Slam, but he gets locked down and, well, Pudge, no BKB for 10 seconds. Really should wait for that if he wants to end the game. Instead, he's going to go for a hook. X to start. Tor to follow. Yeah, BLEEK actually dropping pretty quick here without the BKB. BKB is finally popped. It was a very patient delay, but will it be enough? He goes for the Kunkka. Definitely the correct choice. One down. Disruption used defensively again while that's all going on. The throne dies. Well, I have to say, what a fantastic way. What an amazing way to cap off what was a day of fairly one-sided games, at least on this stream. But an epic Pudge performance. If not the best I've ever seen. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever seen because there's nothing on the line, but it was still a treat. It was an absolute pleasure casting this one for you guys. I was tired, but I mean, these players gave it their all. They gave me a lot of energy. Alright, guys. All that being said, AL, they're 3-0 in this group. I'm not sure if the other matches concluded. But 4FC, they dropped to 0-3, unfortunately not able to secure a win. So AL, they will advance with the #1 seed in this group in the semifinals. Or excuse me, into the quarterfinals. The playoffs will begin tomorrow night. Or in the late CET, I think like 20 CET is the first match, maybe 22. I'll have all those details